Good morning. It is Monday. It is the 18th of November. Our reading is from Ephesians 4:29. Let no unwholesome word proceed from your mouth, but only such a word as is good for building up what is needed, so that it will give grace to all who hear. This verse hits one of my hot spots. And that's been especially true over this last year or so, even more than usual. And that is the way we present verbally. There has been a massive loss of civility. And unfortunately, Christians, and I'm not talking about Christendom, I'm talking about real believers, have fallen into the trap and have participated in this same problem. I blame social media to some extent for this because people who are unhinged just vomit out whatever they're feeling into Twitter or Facebook or YouTube or whatever. And even as Christians, when we see some pretty horrific comments, there is the danger that we are going to respond in a like manner. And as I've said on other occasions, it takes 9 positives to off 1 negative. And we are supposed to be encouraging not just one another, but we are to be ambassadors of the kingdom, and therefore our words in general need to be words that heal, which includes the gospel that heals from the disease of sin. But when we respond in the same way people are responding to us, where can they see any difference between us and the world? And the answer is they can't. And this has been especially true over this last political season, where there's been a lot of ugliness. But as Christians, we must not ever respond in the same way. And I'll admit there are times when I see people making comments that I want to respond to, but I also want them reading the thought for the day or watching this. And so I keep my mouth shut. I internally hemorrhage, but we're here to glorify God first and foremost. And so consider how we speak to our kids, to our spouses, to our friends, and most of all, to the public conversation on social networks. And if we can't do it right, then we'd better stay off and not do it at all. So James talks about watching our tongue, and Paul is talking about the same thing here. So think about that for today. Encourage somebody with your words today, and I'll see you again tomorrow.